Hi everyone, it's Kevin Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing Play Previews Part 5. If you are returning Kevin Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share, subscribe. Now, let's start off with Jacob Ryan, medium defender, 189 centimeters, 20 years of age. Now, even though he's recovering from concussion symptoms, but this is probably a year for him where, coming from VFL level, where he needs to push his case. Yes, he tried to push his case last year, probably wasn't good enough as well to try and get in. But if he can play 3 or 4 games from 2023 and on to 2025, I think he can try and perform at a really good level. It's going to be hard during the year because with the depth that we got, but can he take that next step? If one of the guys don't perform, can Jacob Ryan take that next step and get into the team? So I think, for me, if he can play 3 to 5 games and just play 10 to 12 games in the VFL where he's absolutely ripping the house down and making sure that he can try and have about 15 to 20 disposals per game. And this is where he's at, the way that we want to see him. But also the fact is that this is another big year for him as well. So if he can play about 3 to 5 games and show some really good consistency, where he's having more than 15, 20 disposals per game in the VFL, I think that would be great for him and really start to look to shine in 2025 as well. So that's mainly the big year for me that I see in Jacob Ryan. I certainly think that he's a huge chance as well. Jack Crisp, midfielder, 31 years of age, 190 centimeters. Last year he was averaging 20.3 disposals per game, and he played every single week. So you know exactly what you're going to get out of him. I think he'll do the same. I think he'll play bits in the midfield and maybe across the back line as well. I think if he can have about roughly 20 to 25 disposals per game, I still think that this will be a decent team, decent performance from him. And I think as well, 4.2 clearances, I think he'll probably get the same. And marks, if he can get about 3 to 5 marks per game, I think that should be really what he needs to have. And I think for the goal sense as well, he kicked 14 goals, so if he can have about 15 goals, I think that could be a way to really sense it on what he's able to do. So I think he will play every single week, and I really do think that it's a good opportunity for him to do that. Now, as we know, Reece McInnes, they say he's a key forward, but he's been training as a key defender. 20 years of age, 194 centimeters, averaging 5.9 disposals per game and 1.4 goals and 1.8 marks and 1.2 tackles. Reece has been doing a really good job at training. I'm not going to lie. He has really done a good job. I think compared to how many games he played, 9 games, if he can play roughly about 15 to 20 games, play as a key defender, I think he definitely takes over the Billy Framptons. I know that Parcel just mentioned it, but he's that third key defender, I think, for us. When you got Darcy Moore, you got Jeremy Howe, you got Reece McInnes. I can't see Billy Frampton playing. I think Billy Frampton only comes in for when we play against the Carltons of the world and Brisbane Lions and whatnot. But I think with Reece, if he plays 15 to 20 games, and especially it's a chance to be an All-Australian in 2025, and I really do believe that he can do that and be in that contention. Because if you look at the way that he's trained, he looked really good in his first game for us in the unofficial preseason game, and the way that he does go about it, I think it's very important. I think he'll have about 10 to 12 disposals per game, and really try and shine in defence. But even if he has more than that, I still be impressed by him no matter what. And definitely, I think that's going to be a big year personally, and good to see what we're able to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. Joe Cochran, key defender, 18 years of age, 195 centimetres. Look, I'm expecting him to play VFL football and develop. He's a kid. He needs time. As 195 centimetres as a key defender, I think he's probably one of the youngest young guns that we've got. And I think he can potentially not like play some AFL football this year, but I think for him to develop his craft and work on his craft and do his stuff in the VFL, do his apprenticeship, this is what he needs to start doing. And I really do believe if he plays a lot of VFL games and show that he's working well, he may get a game or two here and then, but I don't think he will. I think this is the year where you just chuck him in the VFL and see how he goes and just work on his craft and work on his development, because VFL is a great way to learn. In the AFL, it's a total different league to the VFL, and we all know that. So it should be very interesting indeed as well. So I think that this is a year for him personally, and I think that who knows what will happen as well. Tim Membry, a key forward, 30 years of age, 188 centimetres. Plays like that third tall, doesn't he? And he did that job at St Kilda. I think because he was averaging 1.6 goals per game, 1.7 tackles, 12.2 marks, and 11.6 disposals per game. I think he's a real chance to kick 40, 45 goals at least and be in that All-Australian contention as well. With Tim Membry, I like his work. So McStable plays second ruck, which means that Darcy Cameron might play forward. That's going to be the only way that we're going to go about it. But I do think that now this is a chance for him to shine. Can't wait to see what he's able to achieve. But let's see what he can do first. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. So that if he can have about, 15 disposals per game. But no doubt just the disposals, but the little things like you saw him trying to pass off and he could have had a shot. That's just him being a team player as well and trying to go for a better position rather than having a shot. It's okay for him to have a shot in that position because you can trust him more. But I think it's good that he's doing something for the team's point of view in the way that he goes about it as well. And should be interesting indeed. Now, Charlie West, 19 years of age, 194 centimetres. Well, he did kick a couple of goals indeed during the unofficial pre-season match. I think with him, he needs to spend more time in the VFL. Work on his craft. Look, the key forwards that take a while to grow as a player as well, and he definitely needs that body of work. I don't think he's ready for AFL footy yet, but he will get there eventually, I think, and really start working on his craft. And the way I see him perform, wow, it's looking very, very good. So I'm not expecting huge signs. He may play against Richmond, but I would work on him in the VFL, work on his craft, work on his marking on the lead, work on his strength and all that, and learn how to use his body, because there are a lot more experienced, bigger bodies, especially in the VFL, but also in the AFL, and you don't want to put him on a number one key defender. He will get found out pretty easily. So I think we need to work his way through it and see what he can do as well. But again, I'm not expecting too much out of him. Darcy Moore, key defender, 29 years of age, 203 centimetres. Look, this is a big year for Darcy. Definitely as an All-Australian contention. He's got the ability to do it. 2.4 intercept marks as well. And one thing that I think now with Reef playing defence, it may help Darcy Moore out just to play his natural game and let him come over the top and take more intercept marks. I think if he can average about 15 disposals per game and have about 5-6 marks per game as well. The spoils, I reckon it's elite from him to have 8.7. Probably have roughly about the same or a little bit less. But I definitely love to see his intercept marking as well and really see on what he's capable of doing. But he's played every single game. I don't think we'll see him play up forward at all. He hasn't played up forward since, 2022 when he just kicked 2 goals. So it's amazing how that stuff works. And he only kicked a point in 2023 as well. But I think we should keep him in defence where he needs to be. And just really, for me, try and centre on what he's able to achieve as well. And just play his role. He doesn't need to try and play 2 roles at once. Don't put that pressure on him. Let him read the play so well. Let him jump over the top of Reef. And have somewhat... And at least if you see a one-on-one, allow him to either go for the spoil or take those marks as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing on what we're able to do in 2025 with Darcy Moore. Again, he looks great in the unofficial practice match in the preseason. So here we go. Don't forget to drop a like, also drop a sub, guys. I really do appreciate the support that you guys have been giving me. Look, we're on a journey to 500. Don't get me wrong, we are like 13 away, literally. So, what's been going on, it's been working. The content and the streams as well. I just want to say 487, absolutely love it. The unofficial practice match was definitely out. And also the fact that I did do a few watch-alongs as well. Look, I did do Collingwood versus Brisbane and Gold Coast as well, and Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. I thought that was a huge success. And to have at least 93 views out of the Collins and Kilda unofficial preseason watch-along as well, I'll definitely be doing more and of that, and then seeing on what we do. So Richmond Collingwood, I'll get the preview for that out whenever that comes out. Look, this video may not come out next week at all. We'll just wait and see. But don't forget to drop a like as well as drop a sub. Love you very much. Without you guys, I'm not, I don't know where I'll be at. But until next time, bye for now.